Coming up in a few minutes' time, a special presentation on Fox Footy. The 2021 AFL Awards as the biggest names in the game collect their due recognition for a season of excellence. The naming of the All-Australian team, the NAB Rising Star and the Coach's Choice for Champion Player and Best Young Player. Up next on Fox. So the second guessing is just minutes away is what that means. Our watch list has moved to Thursdays for the final series, brought to you by the all-new 7-seat Isuzu MU-X. Lee Montagna, welcome.
Jared.
David King, hello.
Hello, Jack. G'day, G.
All right, keep it up, vibe and interesting. Go. Friday night, Port Adelaide and Geelong.
Yeah, it should be awesome. I think that we've got to look at the way these two teams play, and Jack, jump in if you like. We know Geelong are going to control the footy as soon as they get possession, which makes every matchup a contest within itself. So you can't allow them to stay loose. You got to then, the Port have got to come up and match them up. We saw this last time. I think it was most evident in this matchup here, Cameron versus Aliir. So Aliir was put on the treadmill. You got to run. We're going to take you right up the field. We're going to run you back. You give them spares, they'll take it. We know about their time in possession game. They want to dominate. They want to make you defend for long periods. So when both teams are well equipped at contests, really two tough, honest football teams. But when Port win it, they're going to take territory and look to impact straight away. When Geelong win it, they're going to look to drop into this control game. And it's bloody difficult to stop. So I think, Joey, you'll get a good guide on this game. They didn't bring Cleary in, so they go with those three tools again versus Rowan, Cameron and Hawkins, who kicked 12 last time. And the time and possession stuff we talk a bit about, Jack, I mean, I don't know where you sit with the game, but to me it sets up like a cracker.
Oh, the Hawkins matchup is the one for me. 1 goal 6 last year in the final over there as well. So I don't know whether they've got the matchup for him, and if they play that way, look out.
Yeah, contested ball, big one. Port Adelaide, when they've won the contested ball 16 times this year, they've won every single game. Problem is, Geelong are the best contested ball in the competition, so I think the Cats will win that one.
Swans and Giants. Joey, you've got the Sydney portfolio.
Yeah, we've been watching the Swans ball movement all year, haven't we? I mean, they have just taken the competition by storm. Number one scorer in the competition off turnover. And we've loved the way they've gone about it. Their system from the back half with the ball. And what they've been doing, we've spoken a lot about the width they've created and how they generate space coming through the middle. But what they are doing now is they are really attacking the corridor. So they are clearly the number one team in the competition at getting shots for goal inside 50 in the corridor. And it's because at every opportunity, when they spread the field, they always try and bring it back through the middle of the ground. And it just gives them so many avenues to goal. Kingy, you've spoken a lot about the lanes. Don Pike has brought this thing where they try and hold their width. They create lanes. They don't all sort of saturate to one side of the ground, and it just opens up the field. And this is just an example of it here. You can see Jordan Dawson holding his width out on the wing. You can see Rowbottom through the middle of the ground, not getting drawn in. They hold their lanes, they create that width, and they get really good looks from inside 50. It's going to make them awfully hard to stop. If the conditions are pretty good in Launceston this weekend, I just think the Sydney Swans ball movement, they're too hard to stop at the moment.
You can see with that lane running, and coming again, Jack, they finish as like a rolling wall. So if they do turn it over when they go inside 50 and the opposition win it back, there's nowhere to go. That's why they're number 2 in the competition for ball movement and 2 in the competition for defending the opposition's ball movement, because you hit a brick wall when you start, Jack.
Yeah, it's turnover v stoppage, and it sets you up for defence. It's 100% the way most sides get the ball and they want to take it out the other way. Quick, yes or no, can Franklin kick 8 and get to 1,000 UTAS?
He'll have 2 weeks to do it.
He has done it before. He kicked 13.
Yeah, I know.
I'm tipping maybe
second week of finals.
Second week of finals.
Melbourne and the Lions on Saturday night. So
well, this is a little bit the same. I mean, the Brisbane Lions since the bye have been the number one scoring team in the competition. Their offence has gone to another level, and there was a stark change at the bye. So we always knew the Brisbane Lions were a team that liked to play control. They played wide. They were prepared to chip it around. You can see the numbers there, but post-bye, they have certainly become more aggressive. Now, it hasn't worked in an occasion. You guys got a hold of them, Jack, scoring off turnover against them because they have been more aggressive. But it really sets up well for them, this offensive game of football. Now, yes, they caught Geelong on the hop, and that was just off the bye. Nobody saw Brisbane play that way. And then since then, they've had a pretty good run of teams that have been at the bottom end of the ladder in regards to defensively. So can it stand up against the best team defence in the competition in Melbourne?
Well, of course it can. It can. We know it can. We've seen these top sides are there for a reason. I like to look at the game they played last time, and they learnt so much in-game about each other. I thought the half-back line of Melbourne potentially the difference again. What do you do with Lever? You've got to try and find a way to get around him, get by him. You know, he's an intercept machine. I know they're going through the corridor more, but Melbourne, they'll guard the corridor. I mean, they're clearly the best defensive team across the field, not just in one area, across the field. Best pressure team, best intercept marking between the arcs, best when you go inside their defensive 50. They just don't let you through. So he'll drop off. We know what he's going to do. We know what they're about. Can you go around him, Jack?
Oh, look, I think it's a job. I don't like tagging a lot, but I actually think someone needs to go and play on Lever. And whether that's a McStay and you say, look, just play behind him. Or at all costs, play behind him. Do not let him be able to see you and the ball and drop off. Maybe that's a job for Dan McStay.
And what to watch in the Dogs and the Dons. So it was interesting to hear Luke Beveridge just said they got beaten about as badly in the middle by Essendon as in any time that he's had at the club.
Yeah, they got pants. 6 goals, 3. The Bulldogs conceded out of the centre bounce. That's almost a world record. And it was off the back of, let's be honest, Jake Stringer. And there's been talk, both coaches, we just heard from them. We've known a lot about the Bulldogs' form around clearance for a while now, but this is since round 16, particularly in the centre bounces. So we know the Dogs are struggling. And Essendon are the best centre bounce team in the competition at the moment. They get the most score launches from there. They're second in differential. And the important thing is in finals, it becomes really important to win the centre square bounce battle, because if you get it played in your front half, you have more of a chance of winning. This was the last time when they said they're going to learn about Jake Stringer. Watch the work they put into Jakey Stringer in these centre bounces. So Bailey Smith there didn't lay a glove on Jake Stringer, just watched him walk past him. Again, another centre clearance. You see Jake Stringer, Bailey Smith there, eyes up at the footy. Jake Stringer just strolled past them, no bodywork whatsoever. As we said, Essendon destroyed the Bulldogs in this game, and that was the difference, really, because otherwise the Dogs were in control of it, but the centre square bounce killed them. There's one more example, same sort of thing. You're watching Jake Stringer again, this time Adam Chalor. Doesn't touch him, lets him stroll out, and we know Jake Stringer, we've seen it all year now. If he comes out of centre bounce, shoulders out, he's going to kill you. This is what we need to see more of, Kingy. Put some work in him, get after him.
Yeah, I think the hunter needs to be the hunter.
So this is the Mosh Mike solution you've come up with.
Yeah, I think Libba needs to go back to tagging, particularly Stringer at centre bounce clearances. Don't just play lucky break footy. You know, don't play fluky centre bounce game. Get in there and hunt. He's been clamped by Harms and Sarong and Drew last week. So flip the script. Get back to where the Dogs are best, in the trenches. You know, we know that the record of their start to the season, their first 12 weeks, was on the back of the fact they didn't think they were a great team. They've started to think they're a great team. They're an all-conquering midfield, and they've dropped their guard. And the opposition landed a couple on the chin. So it's time to flip the script.
Just a little watch point. The last 4 weeks, Bulldogs have conceded the most marks from inside 50, and Essendon have scored the most from inside 50. So that's a real watch area.
So there's 2 spots on the ground to watch there. That's thanks to Mosh, men's health made easy. Head to getmosh.com.au. So it's a great watch list for 4 games to work through. I know you'll be involved right across the weekend. Great to have you here. Jack, so that's a pretty loaded Thursday night. I would feel confident that it'll be
What
a
are we
bit
thinking
calmer
next
from
Thursday?
here.
What are we on server?
It'll be a bit calmer. Now, the main event of the night, the AFL Awards, about to unfold.